time and just chat about Star Wars, which is like our dream. So just a quick intro. I'm sure you guys know, especially for Chris. But my name is Jing. I work on the marketing side for Star Wars.
And I'm Chris. I'm on design.
We always have to do a quick intro, just bear with us. So we have lots of questions, so I'm just going to dive right in. Chelsea, Boba Fett fan club.
Hello, I'm very excited to be here. Thanks for having us again. I'd love to know what initiatives or products are you most excited about for 2024?
Yeah, so thank you, Chelsea, for asking that. And you always bring the energy. So for 24 at London Comic Con, we announced that we are celebrating the prequels. All three movies for the prequels for 24 is a little beat. So we started at London Comic Con, and actually this morning we had some reveals from Gift the Galaxy, all tied to the prequels as well. So there's a lot of excitement around that. So we're really excited to. I know I say excited so much because we are, but like it's a good moment to lean in for prequels for 24, and so that's a big one for us to talk about even today, and more to come. So
awesome.
But yeah.
Anything to add, Chris?
Yeah, some of the stuff for 24 I'm most excited about, I can't tell you about yet. But one of those would be the episode 1 retro figures. The
yes
today
are out today. Yeah, so
the Padme, love that.
Yeah, those were exceptionally fun to do, and I think will be well received. So
yeah, so for those that haven't seen, definitely check out starwars.com. Gift the Galaxy items revealed today. So I'm sure it'll come up throughout the interview. Even today. All right, Erica, and so sorry, I'm going to try this. Guerrestellarinet. Was that bad? Was that butchered?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. The guerrestellarinet is good. It's fine.
All right. Definitely correct me, because I don't have that like ability to say it well with my mouth, but like feel free to correct me and say it for everyone to pronounce it right.
So thank you for having me through this time again. You almost answered the first question because you announced Padme and Anakin. So would you like to know if you have any other figure from episode 1?
well, nothing we can talk about because we haven't announced those things. But yeah, those figures. I mean, I've got the Padme sitting here in my hands. So yeah, they're great figures. This one, like you saw some updates, or will see some updates to the face. I know we've talked about that in the past.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is actually the one with the updated face. So here you can get a really close look at her there. But
I love Padme.
Yeah, she's a fantastic figure, and the photoreal deco on her is phenomenal. So yeah, excited for those and more.
More to come. Obviously today. Yeah, obviously today there was some revealed as well. So more news to come. Just definitely stay tuned. The Resistant broadcast, Lacey.
Hi guys, how's it going? Happy holidays. First, I just want to take a moment and see how many women are on this call. I'm loving this because usually it's just me and a bunch of dudes. I'm loving that there's so many women on this call.
Yay!
So being that it's the holiday season, what figure or product that you guys have announced this year would you want wrapped under your tree?
Yeah, so I mean, I would love that Rex helmet that Chris worked on. It is looking gorgeous, and of course Rex is always a fan favorite, but I got to saw that in person in some of the meetings, and I'm like, that looks amazing. Chris, great job on that. So I'd love to add that to my collection, hopefully soon, and if it's all wrapped up, Chris, hint under my tree, that's even better. What about you, Chris?
The Carson Teva helmet, to stick with the helmets, would be one for me. Things that I can have under my tree that you guys can't yet would be those episode 1 figures, though. So.
Fair. Oh my goodness! Don't rub it in.
The flex needed it. Awesome, thanks guys.
Cool. Thanks. That was a fun question. Action figure insider. Ryan.
Yes. Happy holidays to you folks. Thanks for taking the time to do this today. We all appreciate it. So speaking of holidays, so we've seen the awesome holiday special Boba Fett and the Life Day Chewbacca. So is there any possibility of more holiday special figures such as Chewbacca's family or Akmina, maybe?
Those would be awesome, wouldn't they? Nothing to announce. But we are loving the reaction to the Life Day Chewbacca figure, and I would say that the reaction to that has been very strong. So I think everybody's feeling that and the energy behind it. Hopefully that means we can do more. Because I'll say without that sort of reaction, we wouldn't do more. But hopefully that opens up possibilities for us. So yeah, thank you guys for being vocal about that. Super fun to do that kind of fun, deep fan stuff.
Yeah, it was a great partnership with Lucasfilm on that item, and it was super fun to get out. All right, I think we also have Bleeding Cool, Jeremy, on the line.
Guys,
Nice.
first of all, happy holidays.
Happy
And,
holidays.
I was actually just in the Disney parks last week, and I can tell you right now that the people who work at all the Star Wars stores down there are begging for more of that Chewbacca Life Day figure because they get asked about it 100 times a day. So great job on that.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My question is, since you guys are focusing on the prequels, I know you guys can't talk about figures that haven't been announced yet or anything like that. But if you both had two creatures from the prequels that you guys could see maybe joining the line, or you want to see join the line next year in either Black Series or Vintage Collection, which two prequel creatures would you choose?
Ooh, wow. Prequel creatures from my bucket list. The Eopie would be a fun one, just because there's some fun scenes both from Classic, and then we got to see Obi-Wan riding one in his show. So I'm gonna go with that as my personal select.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I don't know what creatures. I mean, to me, I also would love to see like certain aliens come into the line too, because we saw so many of them so fun in like the prequels. Like Sebulba would be super fun, I think, as a character to get out there. But you know, it's the time to celebrate prequels, so you never know.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. All right, thank you. Boba Fett fan club, Chelsea.
Yes. So obviously we had the new edition of the Black Series Holocron collection, and I was wondering, with that edition, are there any of those kinds of expressions that are a little bit different that are planned to be retired or that are taking a break right now?
Yeah, retiring just feels that word just feels so final. So I wouldn't say we're retiring anything. It's more like we want to try new things and not do the same thing over and over again. So like we want to try new things and see what fans like or what they appreciate. And Holocron just seems like a good opportunity and a good step for us. We've heard requests from other characters to do even in the Holocron as well. And I think like we're just thinking about like the bounty and having a light up toy and how to interact with that. Actually, I think I might have one back there, but it's just a good way for us to like explore different things in the line and see what fans react to. So nothing to say that we're retiring anything, because you never know what what we bring out next. But right now, the Holocron is our next is what we're focusing on.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, Erica.
Okay. During the 2027 Pulse event, you presented a new bundle package with Mace Windu and the 187th Legion Clone Trooper. Sorry, it's a little bit difficult. On the box appeared the little clone of the Republic. Will be a new series of figures. I have my Jessie here, so I am happy to have more. I don't. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I
We got
have my my video camera blocked. I don't know why.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
still hear you though. So
Okay.
you're
Yeah,
okay.
your camera's a little fuzzy, but it's okay. We hear you clearly. Yeah, and we got the gist of it. So that Mace Windu and 187th clone pack, the fans reacted well too, and it was a super fun one. The of the Republic is a Disney program actually, so we were in close partnership with them to bring that out to you guys, and we're lucky enough to have that pack be a fun part of that. So definitely go and pay attention to shopdisney.com for any future items tied to that program. For us, we currently just have that Mace 2-pack, the Mace and Clone 2-pack to announce, which again, I think the fans took well too. So it's good to hear feedback from fans when they like certain executions, because it gives us a lot of information.
Okay.
But yeah, stay tuned to shopdisney.com for more info.
Okay, we will.
All right, the Resistance broadcast, Lacey.
Hi again. So Chris had brought up the Carson Teva helmet, which was a huge announcement, I think, for me at least, but for a lot of Star Wars fans too, because people love Carson Teva and also love Paul, the person that plays Carson Teva. So because that character is kind of all over the Mandoverse and all the different shows, and things tend to get tweaked here and there, as we've learned from Ahsoka, do you guys reference a specific series for that helmet, or did you use pictures from the set to make it? How did that process work to develop that helmet?
Well, we had the existing X-wing helmet that we had, which is structurally a little different from the helmets that they're using in the show, just because that was
Right.
built a long time ago for us. But doing the redeco of that, we primarily referenced the latest stuff from Mandalorian, and then which it's the same helmet in all the current shows, so it's the same physical helmet.
Awesome.
But
That's
then
cool to
like
know.
some of those details, excuse me, had to adjust slightly just for the slight differences in our helmet versus their helmet. So,
Mhm.
but that, I think, largely imperceptible stuff. It's just when you're down looking at the nitty gritty of how many millimeters away this dot is from this detail, that sort of thing is where you start to get into it. But
Sure.
using a lot of that original art for those helmets to do ours was really good. So
Very cool. And please have Paul unbox it, because I feel like that would be so epic.
That's
I
a great idea.
that would be fantastic. No, he's great. I wish we could do more stuff with him. So
That's a great
I
idea.
dressed
Thank you.
up as the character for Halloween, so I am all in on that.
Nice. Maybe you
Can you
should interview
picture
him in the costume that you wore for Halloween
Sit there in my
while he
X-Wing pilot
unboxes.
costume. Yes.
Just go all
Yeah.
in from all angles.
Yeah,
Chris sitting
absolutely.
there.
Yeah, we both put the helmets on. Yeah.
Cool. All right, action figure insider.
Yeah, so we have been seeing a lot of requests for more of the mid-size ground vehicles, like the speeders in Solo and Andor, and Mando, of course, in both scale, 6-inch and 3 3/4. Is that something there has been any discussion on?
Yes. That's the shortest answer possible. I mean, we've obviously done speeder bikes even just this year in vintage scale. We've done stuff in the past in Black Series. There are certainly things that we want to do more of. Finding the exact right ones to do, that are the ones you guys want, that make sense with what's on TV, what's in the theater, like all those concerns go into that, and just kind of what larger world we're trying to build out with TVC at the time. So yeah, keep letting us know which ones are meaningful to you guys, which ones resonate, which ones you feel are missing or could use an update. All those things are great for us to hear.
Chris would love to work on it.
I would.
Bleeding cool, Jeremy.
Okay, so after the success of the Ghost HasLab, congratulations again on that, by the way. Since you guys are doing more of a prequel focus with the lines in 2024, as we approach the Ghost shipping date, is there a chance for more build out in that world, or are you guys going to focus more on just the prequel films, or is there a chance we're going to touch on some Clone Wars era stuff in that as well.
Yeah, I think anything is on the table for a chance. I don't think it's like only prequels for 24. As you guys know, we've already announced quite a bit that isn't that. And in fact, with the Ghosts, we've had things from Ahsoka and Rebels that were revealed on shelf soon after as part of the Ghosts with the tiers, which again, thank you fans for really supporting that. As well as pipelines. We've already pipelined a few key characters from earlier Rebels season looks. So more information to come for that. So it's definitely a balance. We try to touch whatever makes sense wherever we can. So there's going to be information that we've shared and we'll continue to share regarding that Ghost environment, entertainment, whether it be Rebels or Ahsoka. And then, yeah, there's also stuff from prequels. So there's definitely a lot that we can potentially lean into.
Okay,
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, so I guess it's just making sure that, I guess a clarification that it's the whole prequel era that's open you guys for 2024, that it's not just the films.
Yeah. I mean, we're taking, I mean, the films are kind of the core of the celebration. But yeah, I mean, with so much story across so much time, we don't want to say no to anything. We'd love to say yes to more. It's finding the right time and the right space to say yes.
Yeah, we certainly can dive into things that aren't prequel related, for example, but could be in that era, for example. But yeah, the celebration itself is definitely primarily focused on the 3 films, given they are our prequel trilogy films. So some of us grew up with that in the theaters, for example. So, but more information to come. We've announced even a few items earlier today regarding prequels, as we all know.
Cool, thank you.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. Boba Fett fan club, Chelsea.
Yes. So I was wondering, are there plans to add any sorts of like new holidays, the mix of holiday figures, like a Valentine's Day Boba Fett or something like that? That's what my husband's like. He was like, you have to ask about that. So that's why I'm asking it.
You know what? Boba Fett fan club. You're like July 4th, Valentine's Day, Halloween. Yeah.
Honestly, love it.
Yeah, I mean, some fans really took to those festive decorations of the figures that we have out there, and Eric really just spews his creative juices into thinking of ways to execute for those items. Let us know, like, for sure. You bringing it up and your husband bringing it up to you, for example, it's just like definitely let us know what fans want to see or like to see and what makes sense, and we can keep that in mind. But yeah, I think Eric does a great job with making those figures fun. And I love to get some of those in my stocking too. It's just a great way to celebrate Star Wars.
Gotta get like a Festivus pole or something.
Yeah. Is Valentine's your next holiday? New
Yeah,
Year's
exactly.
Eve. Erica.
So, at the Hasbro PulseCon, you announced among many other new products like Rex helmet, Sabine lightsaber, and so on. We will never see the Cody helmet as well.
Cody's a great helmet. Fully
Yeah,
agreed
it's
there.
wonderful.
Yeah, nothing to announce, but I love your thinking. So yeah, just keep the requests coming. I mean, now that we've got that base clone helmet, that opens up a world of possibilities for us. So yeah, I'd love to see other thoughts from everybody to see where you guys are thinking.
Yeah, Cody's
I would like to see it. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Very
Cody.
cool.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do.
Direct and to the point. Chris,
Yeah.
I like that. I love Cody. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you for letting us know. Definitely as a community, let us know what items you want to see out there. So Cody's a fun one to think about.
Yeah. And if we ever do Cody, Jing's gonna make me say on a live stream, I love Cody.
Yeah.
So,
just Chris to say I love Cody. All right. Resistance broadcast, Stacey.
All right. So there's been so many great announcements and releases this year that have been mentioned here. Like Balin Skull's been a fan favorite, and Life Day Chewbacca went nuts. Was there anything this year that really surprised you in popularity that like really caught you off guard?
Sorry, I'm about to
Wow.
sneeze. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I mean the Life Day. I think we're all just waiting for you to sneeze, Jing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone. I lost it. Okay. go
Stare at
ahead.
a bright light. That'll help. No, I think Life Day Chewbacca. I don't think it surprised us, but it was certainly welcome to see that sort of response there. That's kind of one that was like internally, like we love that. Like we're all deep fans, so we get it. But to see the overwhelming response there was really great. Others, I don't know that anything has especially surprised me. And part of that is just that. I mean, I love it all. So every time somebody else loves it with me, I just get all happy and warm. Like, and I want to talk.
And there's
retro
always
again.
someone.
Like,
Star Wars fans all like certain things, so there's always someone, right?
Everything's gonna work really well for somebody, and there's always going to be great response about something. So yeah, I think Life Day Chewbacca is kind of the go-to story for that this year. But Jing, do you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like Chris, to echo what you said, like, we hope the best for everything and we do them for a reason. Gaming has had great feedback throughout the year. So like the Star Killer figure, had a great response from the community as well. So that was a great one for Black Series. The other thing that was like interesting to definitely hear from the community is like even our pipelines, like when we pipeline Joris, Heir to the Empire 4-pack, that was an interesting response as well. So we definitely listen. Like we get a lot of feedback and we've increased our touch points. So now we don't just do like what's on shelf. We pipeline and we reveal. Sure. Yeah. So all of that. So we get lots of feedback and it just gives us more opportunities to listen into the community. So those were some interesting ones that we heard some responses from the fans. So those are great ones to keep in mind as well, and inform how we think about the future.
Yeah,
if there's one thing Star Wars fans will tell you is immediately what they think about something.
Well,
we're here for it.
And I think we've got a minute or two, so I do kind of want to flip that question to you guys. And like, is there anything that we've done this year surprised you? And
Carson Teva, because nobody's done anything for that character, really.
No,
so
not
that was
things.
Awesome.
Not things we haven't done, but things that we did do, like the Life Day Chewbacca. I mean, I'm assuming that was a pleasant surprise for everybody.
Well, the Carson Teva helmet.
The helmet. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because nobody's doing anything for him. So to see it come out, we were all like, yeah, this is awesome.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Man, there's a lot of fans for Carson Teva and the actor. Like, it's great to see. But yeah, keep those conversations coming because it's been in other live streams where people just hold up pictures for him. But yeah, like he's definitely a good person to keep in mind. Just definitely hear from the community about that. Like, love to hear more.
Prime example of a side character just like taking off.
He's been in so many of the shows.
Yeah. He's got as much screen time as the Razor Crest at this point.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the John Ratzenberger of Star Wars at this point with like the Pixar movies. Like he always just shows up and you're like, there he is. He's right there.
Yeah. He's our classic. He's there. Action figure insider. Ryan.
Yes. With the solid success of the Return of the Jedi retro box set, will there be a stronger showing for the retro line next year?
Yeah, I mean, we just revealed this morning the F1 pack, episode 1, Phantom Menace pack for retro. So I'm gonna just give it to Chris in terms of like, Chris, what would you hope to see for retro?
Well, yeah, I mean, to be blunt, yes, there will be a strong showing for retro. The retro has been received really well. We've actually had way more questions today than I had ever expected about retro. I think that speaks volumes to how important that has become to a lot of people. And I think it took us a while to get there, but the response has just been phenomenal. And getting to do things like the episode 1 pack and the Return of the Jedi pack with the figures in there. I mean, that Mon Mothma figure is like doing things like that where we're doing figures that Kenner never did and that kind of complete that original stuff that's meaningful to me. Like the kid inside me that played with those figures and never had her to recreate that scene. Like that's great stuff. And I mean, I love working on it. I mean, we believe in it. It does well. And seeing you guys bring all the questions and the response to it has been super, super nice to have today. So that's great. Thank you.
All right, bleeding
And
cool.
anytime anybody wants to talk retro, please just let me know. I will babble forever.
Yeah, basically, I was like, "Hey, Chris, you can talk about retro for a minute."
Yeah, she could see I was gonna talk whether she threw it to me or not. So.
But we gotta be mindful of cutting Chris off before he goes down like this tunnel of
You
retro. Otherwise, he will literally talk hours about it and like be like, "Back then, I'd love to get this figure." All right, bleeding cool, Jeremy.
Speaking of retros, since it's been such a success, is there any chance or has there been any talk or chatter about maybe building it out with some retro style vehicles?
It's always something on the radar and has been since the beginning. And we're not there yet. But continued success with retro and popularity and that of the line will certainly walk us down a path that leads us there at some point. We're just not there yet.
Got it.
Thank you. We're gonna go back up and do another round. Chelsea, Boba Fett fan club.
Yeah. So one of my questions was actually about the deluxe TVC Jango Fett and the accessories that were going to come with him. So I don't know, maybe you guys just for like let's definitely release that today. So there's not a fourth question for her. But my question is there anything about that Jango Fett that you want to highlight or talk about or anything like that?
Yeah. There's lots of great stuff about that figure. I mean, a fun one celebrating the prequels. I mean, his armor is, to note, fully painted on that figure. So like that silver is not a molded silver; it's a painted silver, which is great. Expensive. That's part of why he's deluxe. But he's also a complicated build. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He's got the port in his forearm, so he can use that flamethrower effect. The flame effects for his backpack. And I mean, it's just a great figure to really play with all those sort of accessories and be able to recreate those scenes. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We revealed that figure just for you, Chelsea.
Oh my gosh, that's what I figured. I mean, like every time Hasbro has a meeting, they're like, "What does Boba Fett fan club want?"
Yeah, let's definitely make sure Django gets out there so we can talk about it and Chelsea can be excited for us. Like, but yeah, thank you for asking about it and
Yeah.
that it's out there.
Again, I was so excited. I'm at the airport and I was like on a plane and I was like, "Oh my God, they revealed it." So anyway, okay, I'll stop. Bye.
Okay, Erica, you're on next.
Okay, I noticed that many AF or even lightsabers are taken from video games, prequels, and original trilogy. Are there any plans for sequel trilogy, movies?
Yeah, I mean the sequel trilogy is absolutely a core part of Star Wars, and we'll continue to celebrate that as timing makes sense. I mean, we've got anniversaries coming. Like that's a great time to lean into that stuff. I mean, we don't have anything to announce right now, but yes, it's at some point in the future we will be doing more figures and stuff from that. Yeah, it's a part of it. So
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, the Resistance broadcast, Lacey.
All right. So, as you guys know, every year the galaxy gets bigger and bigger with TV and movies and books and video games and all that stuff. And every year you have more collectors coming onto the scene and starting to get into collecting. Are there any products or lines this year or anything that you've announced that you think is a good spot to start collecting for someone that's new? Because it could be a little overwhelming. And do you have any suggestions for someone starting to collect?
I mean, wow, it's a great question. I think it's something we do keep in mind a lot on the team, because we are obviously like there's a lot of fans on the team and we're like head down focused on that, but we also have to think about the future of the line and building that community and building that fandom, because that is also for the health of the business. Like we all want fans to collaborate and be excited about with. It's one of the reasons why we let fans know that we are doing things like A-list, Vader, and Mandalorian, because we want those key characters on shelf for those casual consumers, for those new fans to be able to grab quickly. And like those are iconic key characters. Like you can't get more iconic than that. So I think everybody will, hopefully be able to walk down like a store and be able to see that and grab it for their like grandson or like their son and like their brother and stuck it in the stuffing. Like just spread the love, give it to everyone that and just start building that fandom. And for those new people that are looking to build that collection, I mean, I mentioned those as key foundational core characters in Star Wars universe, but it really doesn't have to start there. It can start anywhere. Like whatever you guys want to do, whatever figure, whatever entertainment, whatever you saw that like was exciting to you that you saw on screen, either it's watching a show on Clone Wars or watching it for the first time on Disney Plus, or like Ahsoka or anything, or rewatching the movies for the holidays, for example. It's the world is your oyster for you to be able to dive into the collection in any way that you want to. So we're not here to tell you, here, start here. Like do what you please, and we love to have you join the community.
Yeah, and I think the stuff we do gives people a lot of options. I mean, it's easy for anyone to build a collection within other collections. So, I mean, whether that's TBC and build out troopers or whatever it is, there are ways to do that. So I think we've given people a lot of options. I do think there are things outside of the core fan space that are really fun this year. Droidables is one where it's such a great new thing, and it's it's a small thing. It's giftable. It's just a fun item. But if someone is more casual and looking for a collection sort of thing, I think that's a fun one. I want to send that to all my relatives for Christmas, get them all buying into those things. But I do think other things too that we do. Retro is a great example where you can get kind of a mini collection within a larger collection. Like you can do that sort of thing and find your way, like Jing said, through any number of options in there. So
Very cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Action Figure Insider.
How will the focus and direction of the upcoming hero line differ from TBC?
Yeah, so it's a good question. We actually can't really talk about unannounced items. I know fans are like interested to know more, so I can definitely say like stay tuned. Come January, we'll definitely have more to share there about that line, which is more kid focused, as you all know. But yeah, more information to come, and it's good to know that the community is asking questions. So helpful for us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bleeding cool. I think we might have lost someone, which is totally okay. I think we might have time for one more round. So Boba Fett fan club, Chelsea.
Yes, my last question is, out of all the really full figures, I think this has been like one of the best years for, TBC and Black Series like ever. But out of all of those figures or helmets or lightsabers, etc., what is your favorite one from this year and why?
Well, I'll start. I think I said it earlier. The Mon Mothma retro figure for me, that was a high point of the year product wise for me. Just it hit all of my nostalgia buttons, all that fun stuff. So, and was fun to work on. So,
Yeah, I think for me, I have to say vintage collection chopper because one, it's chopper, and who doesn't love chopper? And two, like I love that he has like that articulating neck, like around the droid. So for me, it's like, man, even in the 3 3/4 inch scale, that chopper is giving me so much attitude. Like I want to be like giving me, and I can hear his voice like even through that. So that was a really fun one to work on. And there's so many, people on the team. I'm sure they all have like all of their favorites. But thank you for saying that, Chelsea. We think, we're excited about everything we revealed this year so far. So it's good to hear.
Thank you so much.
Which one was your favorite?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Jango
I mean, like,
Fett.
well, I love that. My favorite figure, I guess, that we got. Let's see. I was really happy that we finally got the Black Series 5s. Very happy to see that. But like pipeline the Padme. Give me every Padme, every single one. Make 300 retro versions, Chris. I'm here for it.
All right, thank you. All right, I can't pronounce that correctly. I'm so sorry. Guerrestellarinet. I butchered
Almost.
that, Erica. Please correct me. Say the right name. And then, like,
Guerre stellari. Guerre. The difficulty is the R for you, yeah. Guerre stellari. But you're almost there.
I'm almost there. I'm going to practice after this. Thank you, Erica.
After all this news, are there any High Republic Black Series in the pipeline?
What you broke up right as you were getting to your question. Sorry.
Okay. After all the last news, are there any High Republic related Black Series in your pipeline?
Well, we can't talk about anything we haven't announced yet. So
okay.
Yeah, sorry, but just stay
No,
tuned.
it's okay. It's okay. This is a question from my mates from the website, so they are so curious and.
Yeah, nothing pipelined to share, but thank you for asking. It's always good feedback to hear like certain requests come up.
Thank you.
The Resistance broadcast, Lacey.
So I've gotten through all my questions, but it's a season of magic and giving, and we're getting into the new year, which is manifesting time. So I'm going to end on a request, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
I would like to request a Ben Solo figure or something Ben Solo related, please.
We've heard that request before.
Yeah, please.
Probably from me. So you're welcome. No, but seriously, thank you guys for doing this. It's so nice to hear from you guys and just like hear what goes on behind the scenes and give some transparency to fans. It means a lot to us.
Yeah,
thank you, Lacey.
We love doing this too. I mean, like having a conversation with you guys where we can do this in real time is invaluable. And
Yeah.
I wish we could do more of it, but we're too busy making fun stuff for you guys. So
you guys do these a lot, so you do
good.
them a good amount of time.
Good. No, it's a treat when we get to talk to the community and talk to you guys. So it's just really it's fun. We do what we can, but we appreciate you guys coming and chatting with us too. Yeah, thank you.
Course.
All right, Ryan, take us home.
All right. So part of what makes Star Wars so special, of course, is all the aliens, right? All the different races and looks and designs. We've seen so many great ones in the Disney Plus shows. So, of course, we know it's more tooling and more unique parts, but, certainly there's always requests for more diversity in those aliens and things. Is there anything you guys can speak to about that?
Not
we love
really.
aliens too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we do. We love aliens. And humans and troopers, we try and get all those in when they make sense. And we know there's just kind of demand across the board for all that stuff. So, and we'd love to do more aliens. I think we've said this in regard to other stuff, vehicles in the past too. Like, just it's important for us to get in the ones that are most meaningful for you guys. So I think just let's continue the conversation. Like, let us know what makes the most sense for you. What are those big demands? What do you guys feel like are missing, or things that you think would be fun that you haven't seen?
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it for today. But again, like, it's a treat to be able to talk to you right before the holidays too. So definitely let us know. Keep talking to us about what you guys want to see. And we wish you a happy holiday. And we definitely are excited to maybe see what the new year brings. So more to come there. Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you for joining us as always. Talk to you soon.
Thank you,
Happy
guys so much.
holidays.
Y'all.
Thank you.
Great to see
Yeah.
you guys.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.